Hi, welcome back to Burning River Bushcraft. I'm excited today to show a new product that I just picked up yesterday. This is a 5x7 tarp. Now this tarp is designed to replace the 5x7 emergency space blanket that's become a standard part of my kit. Now of my kit, the 5x7 space blanket is the one thing that I dislike the most. It serves its purpose, it does a fine job of it, it's inexpensive, however, I can't stand the crinkly plastic noise of the tarp when it's in the woods. The tarp itself is very fragile. If you over taunt the guy lines when you're setting it up in a tarp configuration, you're going to rip the grommets out, guarantee it. I've done it several times. Also, if you get an ember off a fire onto your space blanket, you've got a hole in your space blanket, guaranteed. The 5x7 reusable space blanket is absolutely awful when it comes to being around a fire. You will burn holes in it. There was a Pathfinder instructor that actually had it melt to him. So it's an accident waiting to happen. So this product here is designed to replace that item. So this is Nomex Aramid with Kevlar weave. Now I have no idea what that is either, but this fabric is what is in Firefighter's turnout gear. So it's waterproof and it's fireproof. So it comes in a stuff sack, and again, I've never set this up yet. So right away, it's fabric, it's not plastic. I'm liking the noise of it. Instead of having grommets, this has tie-outs, and you see the tie-outs are like a triple diamond stitch. You know, this grommet, I'm sorry, this tie-out is in there for good. This is not something that's going to pull free. This is made by Campcraft Outdoors. This is their, I believe he calls this his rugged line now. But this is the brown, this is what I chose. There's also like a wheat color, and he's making the stuff sacks in this wheat. But you can see like the Kevlar weave in it. So this is not cut resistant. I mean, I could take my knife out right now and cut through it, but the abrasion resistance and the shearing is part of the properties why this fabric was chosen. So let's set it up and we'll try it out. So starting again at the beginning, this is the reusable 5x7 space blanket. It comes in green, it comes in orange. It's become pretty much a standard kit for most people's 10-piece kits. It's, you know, it's inexpensive, it does the job, but that's about all it does. A tarp like this, if you use it a lot and get a year out of it, you should consider yourself lucky. This one has been through a couple classes, and you see the grommets pulled out, so I had to repair that with Gorilla Tape. A couple holes burnt in it, again got repaired with Gorilla Tape. So, you know, whatever. You can use the items in your 10-piece kit to keep this thing running in a short-term emergency. But the new Rugged Gear 5x7 tarp is definitely a step up. So here is the tie-out, the sewed-in tie-out that I showed earlier, and this is the duct tape and paracord tie-out. This is because the grommet ripped out when I needed it most at a Pathfinder class. But again, you can get by with it. Great thing about the tie-out is it's oversized. A lot of the tie-outs are very small, only designed for a stake. You know, something like this, I can get my whole hand in it. So in cold weather, you're able to utilize this when your hands are numb and get your shelter up when you actually need it. So let's compare some fire resistance on this tarp, the new tarp from Campcraft Outdoors opposed to the emergency 5x7 and a few other options. So I'm going to utilize the bag in this. This is same material, different color. So I'm going to simulate sparks from a campfire, 3,000 degree sparks falling onto my tarp. So we see how that marked it up. Looks like we might have had an ember burn through. We'll water test that and see. No worse for wear. Now here's the 5x7 emergency space blanket. You can see it burn a hole right through it. So everywhere sparks fell, you know, we've got a hole. Now if we're going to compare this to other options, this is oilcloth. This is from Tentsmiths. I do have a Tentsmiths oilskin tarp. And we'll see how this does versus embers. Not bad. Better than I thought, actually. And then I don't have a piece of wax canvas, but this is canvas duck cloth. So this would be comparable to a canvas tarp. And it looks pretty bad from the outside, but if you flip it over, you know, that's pretty good too. That's not bad at all. Now this is a 5x7 Silnai tarp. Now this is like a $10 tarp from Walmart. So I'm not going to destroy it, but I will drop some sparks on the bag, which is the same material. And we can all guess what's going to happen. Right there. So the Silnai burnt right through. The reusable space blanket burnt right through. The new material of the rugged gear, like I said, I see a little black mark, but I don't believe that burned all the way through. And actually, kind of surprised me, but the cotton duck and the oilskin, which are notably flammable, didn't burn through either. So I guess that was just a lucky case. Let's try it versus open flame. So this is the same material. Again, this is a wheat color. I'm going to hold it on edge right into the flame. I'll give it maybe 5 seconds or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a little singe. Fabric's still warm. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 seconds got it to smoke. And I got a black mark on the inside of the bag. Did not burn through. Okay, so this is oilskin. This is from Tent Smiths. I'm going to hold it in the flame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not surprised at that. This stuff is flammable. So, and I do camp under this. I camp under an oilskin tarp all the time. So this is something to keep aware of. And make sure you're far enough away from a fire. So again, that was 5 seconds. The rugged gear tarp, you know, it held 10 seconds, gave it a black mark on the inside. This is the cotton duck. So again, this is not waxed canvas or treated in any way, but this is just going to show you what a canvas product should do. So, let's see if I can get it lit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after 5 seconds, I got a burn mark on the inside and outside. But it doesn't look like a hole yet. Now if this was wax coated, you know, of course that's an accelerant and that's going to burn a whole lot faster. I'm going to get a clean section. I'm going to give it a 10-second test. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the canvas and the oilskin both caught fire in under 10 seconds. The rugged gear tarp did not. And I camp under canvas too. So again, that's something to be aware of. I'm not even going to bother holding nylon or the plastic to an open flame. We saw the sparks burnt right through it like it wasn't even there. So with this Kevlar weaved Nomex material, you know, it's got a higher abrasion resistance than canvas or oilskin. I've got oilskin and a canvased haversack. I've got holes in both of them. The wax canvas had rust around the hole mark, so I assume it was when I was climbing a barbed wire fence. So I can poke a hole in most anything. I'm very skilled in that, I guess. But to be realistic, I just cut a greenbrier from along the edge of the wood line here, and you see the sucker's all barbed up. And this is actually a pretty good shot. You'll see there's the thorn, and you see the thorns actually break. Okay, here's another sharp edge. I'm gonna lay it right into the weave. I'm gonna pull it down, and it's actually breaking the thorn. I can use the Kevlar material, or the Kevlar weaved Nomex material. I can use that to clean off greenbrier. So that's telling me right now the abrasion resistance on this is going to be way more than you need for a woodland setting. So here it is in normal lean-to fashion. So set up like this, normally I would have drum liners and I would use that for a vapor barrier to keep me off the wet ground. If I did not have them, I would make a quick log bed, set 2 logs, either cut some branches or cut small sticks, you know, just to get me up off the ground. But a setup like this, you know, you're good to go through the night. This is just inconvenient camping at this point. But this is the 5x7. The tie outs work great. I didn't even have stakes. I just broke sticks off, stuck them in the soft mud. Really not that much of an issue. Okay, here's a quick shot of the water repellency. Hopefully you can see that. All the water still beaded. You know, there was zero moisture soaking through that. So right now I would absolutely trust this as far as abrasion, as far as fire resistant, as far as water repellency. I think it's good to go. I also like the durability of this over the plastic for obvious reasons. Like I said before, you don't want your shelter to be something that is prone to fall apart. But also, I use my space blanket as a ground mat a lot of times. So if I have a normal tarp, I'm tarp camping, even if I'm hammock camping, I'll lay that out like a welcome mat underneath my hammock. So this is the kind of thing you saw. I was leaning on it, and sitting on it, kneeling on it. It's got mud stains already on it, so it's going to get some use. This kind of thing just gets more character as it ages. But I will continue testing this. I'll get back with you, give you further updates, but in my opinion right now, this material seems to be the future of tarps. The oilskin is great. Oilskin's lightweight. We saw how flammable that was. The Silnai is ridiculously lightweight, super waterproof, but again, just a spark and you've got a hole in it. Not even the slightest bit of resistance. The plastic, forget about it. Forget about a plastic tarp. You're going to have crinkly wind noises constantly. It's going to drive you crazy. It's not going to last. You're going to burn holes in it. I like canvas. Canvas material is very natural in the woods. It just feels like it fits in well, but the weight is a killer. I don't have the exact specs on this as far as weight goes, but it wasn't bad. That's all I'm going to put it. I will set this up exactly the same as my 5x7 emergency blanket. How I roll my ridge line in it with stakes, and we'll get a true weight comparison, and I'll put that on my Facebook page at Burning River Bushcraft. That's my Facebook page. But this seems like it's got a lot of options. I'm kind of waiting to see now this tarp in a bigger size. So this is the Campcraft Outdoor rugged gear line. You can go to Campcraft Outdoors, check the price on it. I believe it's around $75. I really suggest you purchase one and give it a try. I will give you my long-term review of this later once I get some dirt time on this, besides the mud time that I've got right now. But it shows a lot of promise. This is Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you next time.